Good morning, everyone. My name is Allison, and I believe everyone have a good dream last night, and I'm glad to be here for our today's topic, the top 100 influential people. I choose Sunisa Lee to be my topic, and this is my outline for today. At first, I will give a brief introduction of this person and why I choose her, and then I will give some main points of why she earned my respect. And at last, I will give my conclusion and my opinion. So if you have any questions or comments, the Q&A session is for you. So now, her name is Sunisa Lee. You can now see her birth date. Maybe you will be surprised because her age is almost same as us and even younger than me. She is from the she is Hmong American. The Hmong community is from Laos or Thailand and also the southwest of China, and they moved to Minnesota. The biggest prize you get is the 2020 Olympic All-Around Champion. To explain what is all-around and her performance, I have a video to show you.
National Academy, as they call it. Now, Sunisa Lee.
Goes for the double twist.
Kept them in it, really.
She'll need to replicate her 50 she scored in the team final. Massive layout, Kachev. She gets that connection. As well, this routine's going very, very well.
The uneven bar is one of the parts that she's very good at, and you can see her grade is really high.
Big moment.
You're ahead of the others. Looking a little soft as she does the half turn there. It's a very difficult series. Side aerial, layout. Nation dismount.
Decide the issue.
Going to need the routine of her life here.
This is her total grade is 57.433, and it is really close to the second place of the Olympic. And I choose her is because maybe she's not as influential as others, but she always has a positive attitude toward the world, and I think this is the most important point for everyone. And I will show you why I think about she's holding a positive attitude through a story. And the main point, I have three main points for her, is her efforts on artistic gymnastics and her attitude toward the injury and frustration and racial discrimination. And so now I will put these 3 points into a story and through some pictures. When she was six years old, she started to play gymnastics and she qualified for elite at age 11 and became a member of junior national team at 14 years old. In this picture, you can see she was standing on a wood balance beam, and this is made by her family is not rich enough to buy her a new equipment for her to practice. And when she was 17 years old, she joined the Senior USA Gymnastics National Championships and get the second place, so become one of the member to join the Olympic. And at last, she become the gold medal in the all-round session. You have watched it in the video, but her path didn't go really smoothly. Just one day before the USA Gymnastics National Championship, her father fell a ladder because he was helping her friend to trim the tree, and that makes him paralyzed from his chest down. And because of the pandemic, her gym closed and she became locked at home because of the quarantine. And when she back to practice, she injured her ankle and was sidelined for another 3 months. And because of COVID-19, one of her aunt and uncle died because of the virus. She has admitted that she contemplated quitting gymnastics at this lowest moment. And as the second place, she doesn't get the opportunity to be a competitor in the all-around session. But one of their members, the Simone Biles, which is the champion for the last year, for the last Olympic, and she quit the game because of the physical problem. And so Sunisa get the opportunity, and she hold it tight because she think that she will never have this chance again. So she performed really well and got the gold medal. But after go back to America, she suffered from anti-Asian hate. In one of an interview, she said that there was a car driving by and the people inside shouted bad words to her and she got pepper sprayed. As a kind of celebrity, she said that I didn't do anything to them. And having a reputation, it's so hard because I didn't want to do anything that could get me into trouble. I just let it happen. And when she was trying to do something good for the Hmong community, the George Floyd event happened. And one of the police is from the Hmong community. All she can do is just to do herself the best to avoid other anti-Asian hate in the future. And when she once posted the pictures of her boyfriend, she get a lot of judgment from the Hmong community because her boyfriend is black. And this is the comment she gave in a TikTok video. And she said that she really received so much hate, but she didn't say something bad to the people that hate her, and she still holds an optimistic attitude and positive way to respond to this event. And now it's time for my conclusion. It's my opinion. Did I choose this girl to be my topic because she get a gold medal, or she's from a really different race that I haven't heard before, or she's very beautiful? This is the three truths to her, but not the reason for me to choose her as my topic. I choose her because she works really hard. She practices a lot and shines to the world. After she get the gold medal, she had a opportunity to perform a dancing with an idol. And after that, she said that she feel really happy because it makes her remember her childhood. When she was a child, she had to spend a lot of time practice gymnastics and have no time to play with other friends. So dancing makes her happy. And the next one is because she never gives up and she get the opportunity and she perform well and to show the world that it is okay for a 18 years old girl to get a gold medal. And the last one is she remember where she starts. Actually, her father now is not the one uh, feed her from the 0 year old to now, and so she still appreciate that her father loves her, and that is her family makes her here. And these 3 points is that I think everyone should keep in mind. This girl gives me a lesson through her life story. And so now, if you have any questions, it is time for the Q&A session. But before we start it, I want to say that uh, thank you for your listening. And I put a gold medal here because I want everyone can get your own gold medal in your own life. Thank you. And if you have any questions, feel free to speak now.
Right, so thank you very much. Let's give Allison a big hand first. Right, I think so now. I think we're ready for any questions or comments. Again, I may not be able to see you raise your hand, so if you like to speak, you can just turn on your mic and speak to the mic. Right. So, can we start with any questions or comments? Maybe I can start with a question for Allison. Right, I think also you made a very persuasive case, arguing that Sunisa Lee, she deserves the title. And we know actually on her team there are several pretty competitive female athletes. So do you think that maybe one of the decisive factor for her to be selected as Time 100 is because of her immigrant background?
I will say that it is part of the reason because from the information I get, their family is the refugees from Laos, and so maybe for the people choose her to be the top 100 influential people, and it is a really successful example for everyone to learn that no matter what your background is, and you can still make you a good achievement.
Yeah, I think that's maybe one of the important reasons. Right. Thank you. Good. So now, can we also have another question or comment?
Do you know her after reading the report on Time 100, or you have already known her before?
No, I just found her name on the Time 100 list, and so actually I think that I was thought that she was not really famous in the world, but maybe it is because I'm lack of watching the news in the international news. So I just do some research on her, and I think her life story is good enough to share the story to everyone. So I choose her as my topic.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sean. Yeah, I think it's a good question. Yeah, I think this can be also one of the purposes for us to have this project. So we just hope that you can maybe get to know the so-called influential people. Also, you may try to find out why they're considered more influential than others. All right, so now I think we can have another question or comment. If there's something you like to put in the peer feedback, you can also share with us by speaking, all right? So we can maybe have one more question or comment. Or maybe I can invite a speaker here. So can we have maybe Rick? Hi, Rick. So do you have any questions or comments for Allison? Are you able to speak?
Okay, can you hear me?
Maybe you want to speak a little louder.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I think, like frankly speaking, I didn't know her well because I just saw her on international affairs, the news briefs. But I think Allison did a great job that she like clearly talks about what she has when she is in doing practicing, and I really love what she has present her like practicing script scenarios and the successful that she have got uh, presently. So I think is well done. Yeah.
Right. So thank you, Rick, for your positive feedback.
I have something want to say, and
Yes.
it's because she is just 18 years old. So compared to other top influential people, it is not easy for me to find lots of information about her because there are less news. Because like before the Olympics, no one knows this girl, and so she just uh, like bump into the world, and then everyone know her. So when I'm searching the information, I just go for Chinese and English and try to find the news that maybe write in a sound like neutral comment, and then do this presentation for everyone. Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, I think I can tell that you did some thorough research. By the way, I just want to know. So how did Sunisa Lee react to the news that she was selected as one of Time 100 most influential people? Did she make any comments on this?
Actually, I didn't get any information about this part. Uh, on most of the news, they always talk about like the attitude she faced the racial discrimination,
Hmm.
and her father fell off a ladder. No,
Let's
yes,
see.
the media focus on these two parts.
Okay. Yeah, it's okay. I'm just curious. All right. Thank you very much. Okay, let's give Allison another big hand. All right. So now, I think before we do so, I would like to give you maybe another 1 or 2 minutes, so you can try to give some peer feedback after listening to Allison's presentation. All right. So in about a minute, we're going to move on to our second presenter. All right. So now, please take some time to put down some comments for Allison. Right. I think so. Now we will be ready to move on to our second presenter. So our second presenter is Phoebe. Hi. So Phoebe, if you're ready, then we're going to hand over the floor to you.
Good morning. Oh, hi. So I have to share my screen.
Okay.
So can you see my PowerPoint?
Yes.
So I just start directly.
Yes. So if you're ready, then we're going to start. Okay. So I will count to 3. All right. So 1, 2, 3. Let's welcome Phoebe.
Okay, good morning, everyone. So I'm going to make a report about one of the most influential person in 2021 selected by the Time magazine. So first of all, I believe some of you definitely have watched Tokyo Olympics in the last summer, or at least heard of the news about it. Since our national team had achieved the most awards in history, the media was all over about the Olympics. As we celebrated for the athletes' extraordinary performance, I noticed that there was a piece of news about a gymnast who surprisingly withdrew from all of her projects. And this person will be the topic of my presentation today. And her name is Simone Biles. She's an American gymnast. So in this presentation, I would like to discuss Simone's early life, her athletic achievements, and the mental health problems, which eventually caused her quitting the Olympics. So we can seek inspirations from her life experiences and inner strength. So it comes to our main part, the early life of her. So from an early age, Simone always found it hard for her to concentrate in schoolwork. She couldn't sit in her chair and finish the class. And it was not until 9 that she learned why she couldn't sit still. Turned out that she had ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, which made her brain and body move fast, and it later made her an amazing gymnast. And it comes to the second part. So she has mentioned about her ADHD the disorder, and she tweeted about it, said, having ADHD and taking medicine for it is nothing to be ashamed of and nothing she's afraid to let people know. And this Twitter gave a lot of people who suffer from ADHD a lot of strength. And it comes to the second part of my presentation, which is the athletic achievements she had. So Simone participated in the Olympics twice and has already won 7 medals, which is 4 gold, 1 silver medal, and 2 bronze medals. And most of it she got from the 2016 from the Olympics in 2016. At the 2016 Olympics in Rio, she became the first female U.S. gymnast to win 4 gold medals at a single game, and she was the first gymnast to win 3 consecutive world all-around titles, which was earlier explained in Allison's presentation. What is the meaning of the all-around? So she got the titles from 2013 to 2015. So plus 25 medals she won in other world competitions, which is 19 gold medals and 3 silver medals and 3 bronze medals. So total, she has won 32 medals in total at the age of just 25. So that was a lot of medals a person could have in the world. And I would like to quickly mention some fast facts to make you have a better picture about how strong she was and show how amazing an athlete she is. So the first one is Simone is the most decorated female gymnast in America, which means she got the most achievements in American gymnast history. And secondly, one of her signature moves is a triple double, which is a double backflip with 3 twists in the air, and it is named after her and is known as the Buzz 2. And the third one, she is the first Black woman to win an artistic gymnast world champions all-around title, and she won this title 5 times, which also made history. And the next, she's also the first woman gymnast to win 3 consecutive all-around world titles, which I mentioned before. And this final one is the most amazing and shocked one, which is at the 2018 World Championships. Simone had a painful kidney stone, but she still managed to win gold and collected the all-around title during the competition. So she's really a strong and with a strong will, an athlete with a strong will. So next, we'll talk about her mental health problems, which is the reason why she quitted last year. From the beginning, there were high expectations for her as she entered the 2020 Tokyo Games, which were delayed until 2021. However, she withdrew from most events due to the twisties, which is a mental block in which gymnasts lost their spatial orientation during an aerial move. So we all know that gymnasts have to do some difficult postures in the air. So if they have the twisted problems, they might feel like they suddenly lose control of their bodies, and which could cause serious damage in their physical appearances, which was and eventually it might cause death if they landed in the wrong way. So I saw her news, and I learned about this word twisties for the very first time. And people from all around the world know about these problems of gymnasts, like I was. So her decision not to compete sparked discussions about the pressure placed on athletes and their mental health concerns. Bells did return for the final events, the balance beam, and she won a bronze medal. So she still got a medal in the 2021 Tokyo Olympics. So it's time for the conclusion. So Simone Biles, the American gymnast and 4-time Olympic gold medalist, she made a brave decision last summer. On the court of Olympics, in the middle of the competition, and in front of audience all over the world, she decided that she had to do what's best for her, what's safe and what's healthy for her. And it was quoted that from her interview later. She said that walking away from the Olympic Games was a win in itself. I know a lot of people thought I failed because they expected me to go out with 5 or 6 medals, but walking out of it was my biggest win. So as I mentioned, a lot of Americans expected her to achieve another 5 or 6 medals in the Tokyo Olympics, like she did once in the Rio Olympics. And she said that later in another interview that she said in a lot of interviews about what she was concerning during making this decision. And she said that I had to put myself into consideration for one of the first times throughout my career. And most of the time, she has always put herself on the back burner because she has always cared and thought about everybody else before herself. So I think from her story, people should focus on not only athletes' performances and grades, but also on their mental conditions. After all, athletes are human beings and they deserve to be treated like ones. And sports was meant to be happy and full of joy, and no one have to be sorry about not achieving any of the everyone should put themselves before the achievements they are expected to have. Okay, so it is my conclusion. It is time for the questions and answer session.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's a very interesting coincidence that both of the presenters choose gymnast as their topic. So yeah, maybe I think we will have some interesting questions too. So can we start with any member of the audience?
I want to say something.
Yes, please.
I want to say thank you to William. I don't know this order is be choose on purpose or something, but and I think this order is very good for us because I have an really little introduction about Simone Biles, and now Phoebe did a really complete presentation now,
Mhm.
and I think Phoebe really gives me a lot more about this athlete, and then I can find more connection between these two athletes. Thank you.
Yeah, I was surprised by we have this same topic. Like we are both having presentation about gymnast, and she appeared in your presentation, and I was surprised by that. That was my character, right? I feel the same way with Allison.
Yeah, so I think maybe we can maybe talk about comparison. Yeah, I think it's a question I may have for maybe both of you. Yeah, I know it's always hard to maybe it's not fair to compare to the two really young athletes. But I'm just wondering, so who do you think can be considered maybe a bit more influential, based on what criterion you think that you will use?
I think it would be my my Simone Biles. Yeah. And what about Allison?
I will say Simone Biles because Sunisa Lee, she was just get the opportunity because Simone Biles quit the game. But as for the ability of on gymnastics, Simone Biles have more experiences, and one of their member in the USA national team said that because Simone quit the game, so if any other one get the silver medal, and it is okay because Simone is not there. Yeah, so they all think that Simone have the really good ability on gymnastics, and so uh, actually from the video you can see that Sunisa didn't do really well on the floor exercise, but she really get a high score on uneven bar or balance spin. So she still have a lot to practice to improve, but she get the opportunity and shine to the world. So I think maybe it's kind of like a miracle to America. Yes, yeah, and then it's more like the God helped her to get this place. Yes.
Okay, so for my opinion, yes, I think Simone is basically a superstar in the gymnast world, and her quitting the Olympics really sparked a lot of discussions even until now. So I think she is more effective than the one Allison mentioned.
Right, thank you. Yeah, I think both of you have very good points. Yeah, I think maybe it is fair to say that yeah. So Simone Biles, yeah, I think she has more experience. She has also achieved so much in the field, and so Sunisa Lee, she's younger, and she's still maybe trying to develop her potential. Yeah. So I think again, I believe that both of the female athletes, yeah, I think they're all great and exemplar. Okay, very good. So can we invite some other questions and comments? Again, to speak, you just need to turn on the mic and start speaking. And don't forget to tell us who you are. Yes, anyone?
Well, I would like to discuss this question with Allison because I think the character that she mentioned, she did a very good job in facing races and how to respond to that. But in another way, I think there are a lot of people that are doing the similar things, and why did they're not in the times 100 and is the girl that you mentioned.
Your question is the characteristic is also in lots of people, but why I choose this girl, or why she's chosen
Yeah, that's
for
my
the top
question.
100 influential. Um, I think the reason that William just mentioned is like she's the immigrant, and also she get the gold medal in the all around, and that makes her like um these characteristics is like a lot of people they have, but if she have such achievement, and then people will say that she uh, doesn't just not do well in her field, and she have a really positive attitude toward other things, and maybe she's the reason why she choose to be the top 100 influential people, I think.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Ken. Yeah, I think again, this one's a really good question. Yeah, I think we may wonder, given so many great, outstanding athletes, yeah. So why is this particular one chosen? Yeah, but I think Allison also made it clear. Yeah, I think this may have something to do with her unique background, and maybe also something to do with her connection, right, with the society. Yeah, I think it's always important that you want to be influential, so you can maybe also help the society to confront some issues, yeah, like this Asian hate issue. All right, good. Before we continue, do you have any other questions or comments you'd like to share with us?
I have a question for Phoebe.
Yes, please.
Mm, the disease ADHD looks like doesn't matter to the semen. How about you? How do you? What will you to react the disease? Hmm? If you have a disease, and how do you react to it?
You mean if I have ADHD, how would I react to it? And first of all, the gymnast she took medications. So she received medication treatments for her ADHD. So she appears to be okay, but actually she suffered from it during her early life in school. So I think I might she was homeschooled for the rest of her life, like from the junior high to senior high. So she never been to school after she found that she had a passion for gymnast. And so if I were her, if I got ADHD, I think I'll still find another way out, like ask for medical treatments and to think of what it may be my strengths. So what else I can do with the disease? Maybe become a gymnast like she did if I have the gift she has. Yeah. So I think I will have some. I'll try to be like her to overcome the problem, the disease. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Noreen. Yeah, I think it's a good question. I think when it comes to ADHD, I may also have something to share because I also suffer from ADHD when I was a kid. So I know what it's like to suffer from ADHD. Yeah, of course, one of the symptoms that people who suffer from ADHD will find it extremely difficult to concentrate on certain activities, and also they may have trouble developing short-term memories. Yeah, I mean, you can become easily forgetful. Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, once in school, my hands were tied up by my teacher because my teacher tried to stop me from fooling around. Yeah, so luckily I didn't take medications. Yeah, so I know what it's like if you suffer from ADHD. I mean, it's not really an illness. It's just a kind of syndrome. Yeah, but I think eventually you need to find a way to really help concentrate your attention. All right. So, yeah. Again, if you have any questions about how to deal with ADHD, yeah, feel free to talk to me. I think I can share with you my experience if you happen to know someone who's being really troubled by this. All right. So, thank you. I think we have two really good presentations. So I think now it's time for us to move on. So now we're going to have our third presenter. So I think we have Kervin here. Hi, Kervin. If you're ready, then the floor will be yours.